Whenever you see someone that stays lean year round and you wonder how they're able to stay at that body fat level so consistently, I'm going to share with you a concept that should help you understand how these people do it, but also how you can do it yourself. You need to understand that how hungry you feel and how easy or difficult it is for you to stay at a certain body fat percentage is only partially due to genetics. There's other mechanisms involved, and the goal of this video is to help you understand one of these mechanisms. So the main mechanism we'll discuss is homeostasis. If you're still in school, you'll know this from biology class, and if you're out of school, you should still remember what it is. But in essence, homeostasis is the process that allows your body to maintain a stable environment. When it gets too cold outside, your body will start to shiver to warm itself up and increase its internal temperature. When it gets too warm outside, your body will start to sweat to evacuate heat and therefore lower its internal temperature. When your blood sugar gets too high, your body regulates it back down, and when it gets too low, it will regulate it back up. Homeostasis is essentially there to keep your body in between a certain range for no matter what in your body. Your internal temperature, blood sugar, blood pressure, pH levels, water content, and so on. And the reason we have this process within our body is to ensure that our internal conditions stay in between an ideal range for our cells to function properly. Your body will always try to keep itself within a certain range and maintain equilibrium around a certain baseline because that's where your body is either safe or perceives itself to be safe because it's been there for a long time. Now, why does this process matter? What does this have to do with fat loss and managing your hunger? Well, it's because the same mechanism applies to your body weight and body fat levels. If you've stayed at a certain weight or in between a certain range for a long enough time frame, that weight or range has become your body's new baseline. It has become the new ideal range or standard your body tries to maintain. And the reason it will try to maintain that point is because it perceives that point to be your safe zone. As I said before, your body will try to maintain equilibrium around a certain point because it's either where it's actually safe, like with internal temperature or blood pressure, or where it perceives itself to be safe, like your body fat levels. Being at 20% body fat, for example, isn't necessarily safer than being at around 12% body fat, but when you've been around 20% for a long enough time frame, your body will perceive that point to be its familiar or safe point. So like I said, if you stay around a certain body fat level for a long enough time frame, that body fat percentage will become your new baseline or equilibrium. If you've stayed around 20% body fat for a long time and your body has gotten used to staying in that position, this will now be your body's new baseline. So what does it actually mean in the real world? Well, it means that whenever you try to lose fat and drift away from the baseline, your body will fight back to keep you around that specific baseline. If you try to get leaner, your body will make you hungrier to make you eat more, it will reduce your energy levels to make you move less, it will reduce your metabolic rate to reduce the amount of calories it burns, and so on. Whenever you get away from that baseline, homeostasis will try to keep you around the specific baseline it has gotten used to through any method it can find. Your body will fight back and try to maintain that baseline as best as it can. So the point is that once you've stayed at around a certain body fat percentage for a long enough time frame and you want to start reducing it, your body will fight back to try and maintain that point as best as it can. Now, you might listen to this and get a bit depressed. If your body gets used to being around a certain body fat percentage and wants to maintain itself there, what's the point in even trying? But what you need to remember is that this baseline is adaptable. You can slowly change it over time. Just like you get used to being at a higher and higher body fat percentage slowly over time, you can also get your body used to being at a lower and lower body fat percentage slowly over time. And that's also the key lesson that you need to remember. Slowly. If you want to adapt your baseline, it needs to happen slowly. Your body's baseline will not change in a few days or a few weeks, which is why you need to tackle it gradually. By doing it slowly and drifting away from your baseline just enough for it to change, but not too much for your body to fight back, you'll eventually move that baseline down slowly over time without suffering from hunger or low energy. Whenever you diet too aggressively and you put your body way below its baseline, your body will make you very hungry because there is a massive difference between where your body wants to be and where you're currently at. So by putting yourself in only a small caloric deficit, you'll minimize how hungry you feel and you'll therefore allow yourself to stay in that position for long enough for your baseline to actually adapt. Then you'll do this over and over again until you reach the position you want to reach. So the main lesson I want you to remember is that if you want to get lean, stay lean, and have the ability to stay at a low body fat percentage without suffering from hunger or low energy, things need to happen slowly. Too many people get onto a diet, put themselves in a massive deficit, and wonder why they're hungry, don't have energy, and end up relapsing. Your body will need time to adapt its baseline, and this can only happen if you're taking things slowly and doing things gradually. So if you want to get lean and stay lean over the long run, you need to reduce your caloric intake slowly over time. So that's all I wanted to share. Thank you for watching. Peace.